going on, everybody? We're back here with another video for you guys today. I never thought I would make another AP update video, like the best abilities to run. We're in May. The game's about to die out, and they're making a drastic change. It's going to change Madden 23 and potentially Madden 24. We're getting a little preview of what we're getting. But I thought this video would be a good video for you guys. And you guys will be asking me, Bray, when you're streaming, you'll be asking me, what's the best AP setup? What's the best card to use? What did I do? This is what this video is going to be about. So let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. I want everybody to keep this in mind. What me and you run will be totally different. Keep in mind, I had a shitload of cards. I haven't had a lot of cards in my binder. I was planning on selling, but never had the opportunity because I've been too busy. And then they changed everything because the way the game now is strictly, it was already AP based, but now it's even more because now it went from 6 to 0, and which is kind of good. I'll play a couple of games. The X Factor is still going on. I'll obviously see my lineup, but we'll go through every single thing, go through the best abilities to run, because now everybody is going to be essentially 0 AP. Only a certain amount of cards are going to be worth going after. Ring of Honor, Game Changers. I think that might be a little bit it to my knowledge. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers, but we'll go through here. For such the O-line, it kind of didn't change for me. It's kind of the same thing, just a little bit. Secure protectors or edge protector always on your tackles. Always. Who's calling my damn phone? Try to talk to you later, bitch. Always secure protector. Edge protector is good, but secure protector is a little bit the hold on better, a little bit better. It also helped with rim blocking as well. Hold them block just a little bit longer. There's not really much I can technically say, but always have secure. I know Trent Williams, John Madden, Mr. Wright, Darnell Wright has it. I think who came out? I think the Jets. This is the backyard ballers one. He gets secure. I think Quentin Williams, he gets it. So if you want to go with edge, you can, but I think secure is always going to be the main one. As far as your guards is concerned, it really depends. I think Marshall Yanda would be a pretty good one because he gets puller lead, also post up. Joe Batonio, he gets what is it? I think nasty. I know I ran nasty streak, or it was nasty streak and post up for 0. He doesn't get secure, but you gotta have that token. But I went with nasty streak. I do run a ball a lot, so I like nasty streak. But I go through over what is the best ones to kind of run. But it's everything gonna be for 0. It depends on the cards you want to run. But I think secure is gonna be the best one. I mean, nasty, secure, threat detector if you can get it from 1 to 0. Identifier is always big. I always run identifier. Post up is pretty solid. That's what I mainly usually run on my guards is nasty streak, secure, or post up or threat detector if you can somehow do that. Those are probably the best things you want to run. For your center, I use identifier. I think it helps me out to identify, okay, if he's circling through his players, if I quick hike him, I can catch him on an O-line or a safety and it's gonna mess something up. So I gotta know where my opponent is using, so I know where to go. During cover 3, I can go up the seams on this opposite side away from the user. On my guards, Larry Allen's really expensive, especially now, because he's the only card in the game that gets threat detector for 0 AP. One of the best right guards in the game. Like I said, everyone doesn't always have the coins. Like I said, this is what I run. But it's plenty of free cards out there. I say either go with nasty streak, or I think mini card gets secure anyway. Either go with nasty streak or probably post up, maybe all day, because not that many cards get it. Like I said, I think Yonder would be a good one. You get 2 abilities for 0 once you power them up. So I think that's what probably best. Like I mentioned before, your tackles always go with secure. Now, this is why I say the game gets kind of crazy, because your skill positions are very important. Gronk with Vanguard is very OP. You have to keep that. But I think for everybody, depends on your scheme, short out, short in, or deep out elite. Or I heard Matchup Nightmare is pretty good as well. I don't know if Gronk he might get it. So he can't get a better route running and catching versus linebackers. I might actually, nah, it's not. It's not 0 AP, but I think always short in, short out, Vanguard. If you have Gronk, this is a necessity. This is going to be your 1 AP to run. This is going to be your 1 AP to run. But if not, you short in, short out, or get Tony Gonzalez. I think Tony G is probably the best one for you, because you can get his built-in red zone threat. That's an extra free 0 AP to build up. Obviously, there's tight end, short out. Doesn't really technically matter what you decide to run. Like I said, it really depends on your scheme, and that's what I would really truly go for. Now, as far as your receivers is concerned, me, I'm just being extra. I like having maximum security, because you never know when you need to secure a catch and it will glitch out. Not that many people with knockouts now, so this could be very glitchy if you have it. Or go with double me. It's up to you. Just remove maximum security, or just go with double me, Calvin. It's up to you. But like I said, always go short out, deep out, elite. Always have to do that. It's 0 AP. It's free. I could just remove these and go with somebody else, but I think Calvin for sure is always a must-have. Calvin's always a beast. Like I said, short out, deep out. You go with maximum security or deep out lead. Some people don't have Calvin, but if not, then I would probably go out with short out, short in, or deep out. Now, CeeDee Lamb is obviously the best receiver now because of the AP setup. He's the only card in the game. There's only a few cards that gets 2 of them, but you had to have the token, which it kind of sucks. You had to play house rules because it makes other cards more usable. But I went with short out and short in. I think this is only free. Actually, well, the extra one was that, but yeah, it's actually just short in, short out, which kind of sucks. So he gets the best 2 abilities. So I think he's kind of a must-have because you're getting 2 of them, or you can end up going with 1 ability would be short out, short in. But I happen to get both. As far as running backs is concerned, I have Barry, which I need to put him back in this lineup. I do happen to have Barry Sanders. Like I said, I held on to a lot of my Ring of Honor cards because I was actually using them as backups because the extra if I had to play. But even with Barry, it's like, you get Tank. I'm not Tank. Evasive, which is ass. Human Joystick is really great. But I think people now are still going to use the running back X factors because it's not going to change a thing in my personal opinion. But Cordero Patterson is still going to be my running back. I tried to do it without it, but I got to go back to it because now, it makes it so great. Now, first, your quarterback, you have 3 choices now, which was already the God stack anyway for 3 AP. Aaron Rodgers is probably number 1. Now, the AP is, I don't care about the release. It's all about AP at this point. Aaron Rodgers would probably be an S tier by itself. Steve McNair, Joe Montana, Justin Herbert, I think it's somebody else that gets the God stack. Those are going to be your main quarterback, but the main one for sure is going to be Aaron Rodgers. Now, it's because of this LTD stuff. It's a limited supply of him now because he's out of packs. The demand is up, so that means the supply is up, so the demand has to go up. So everyone can afford it, but I would honestly go with, you might take off an ability, maybe Fearless or High Route Master, maybe even Slinger because he has a Slinger release, so you probably could take off Gunslinger unless I think it might be free. But 2 AP for the best abilities, you have to rock out with Aaron Rodgers. Fullback technically doesn't matter. Same thing, I have Randy Moss, I get deep out and short out or short in for 0. You get 2 abilities for 0, so that's how I'm going to run this scheme. Everyone on this team has at least 0 AP besides my running back, Calvin, and Gronk. Those is the only way. Now, if I'll take off Gronk, I'll probably give something to probably Randy, or I'll probably put Tank back on Cordero Patterson, but I think that's what you probably should run. Short out, short in, deep out, slot-o-matic, route tech. If you can get either one for 0, it depends on your scheme, but those will be your main abilities for this to set up. But it's come down to now you have to go buy these old cards, and it's going to cost you a way lot more. Now, defense. Now, obviously, it's a little bit tough. It kind of technically stayed the same for me because I went off the X Factors anyway. But now it's a little more difficult. I'll explain why here in a second. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the free safeties and we go to the outside linebackers. Chad just came out today. And I did the game plan. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. He gets universal coverage, which is considered all of the knockouts, essentially, is all into one. And it's on 24/7. This is a must-have because he can, whatever thrown near him, he's going to slap the ball out. That's the biggest thing for me. But if I didn't, only a select few cards get deep out zone KO for 0 AP. I think that's a must-have for your safeties because people with deep out is going to try to test them nuts deep. So you're going to need to have Cam. I think Justin Simmons. I know Chad Johnson has it. If you need help looking, let me know, or I can look on Mud. You can look on MudGG yourself. I think deep out zone is going to be number 1. Pick artists now is like, yeah, you need it, but I need to be able to knock the damn ball out. Mid zone is okay, but not in your free safeties, man. People in your box. Deep route KO, I think he's the only card in the game that gets deep route KO for 0. So that's going to be big if you run a heavy man scheme with your safety. But I think deep out zone for your safeties is going to be much, much needed because they react better to knock the ball out. But as far as catching, I only tested out without pick artists because now everyone had pick artists for 0. Now you kind of got to put in these deep outs, so these knockouts, to get the ball out. Now, pass rush, I think is pretty simple. You either want edge set elite or double or nothing. Nothing else. Really totally matter. Now, if you want to go with the X Factor guy like George Kalafis, Baniac, Groot, Milkman, I obviously go with the double or nothing. Then probably slap on double or nothing. I'm sorry, as Unstoppable Force, or go and add on double or nothing or edge set elite to give you pass rush when the X Factor is gone. That's kind of the only thing I can really recommend. As far as your middle linebackers is concerned, I either go with Lurker if you're going to use them. If not, put on Enforcer and Crusher. If you have Fred Warner, he gets both of them for 0. That's just my personal recommendation, simply because they're not going to be playing in the back unless you're on a 3-4-4-3 scheme or going to 6-1. I run a lot of kickoff, so these guys are here mainly to force a fumble on kickoff. Like I mentioned before, if you have safeties, I think deep out zone is going to be the best way to go at this point because not that many guys on the defensive end, besides one card, gets as secondary wise, get 2-0 AP abilities. So, as far as corners is concerned, I think Deion's now a must have. He was already the best corner in the game. I know he's ass, but the AP is name of the game. You get built in pick artist, which is huge. Deep out zone, deep route KO. You also slap on acrobat. He doesn't play in the slot for me, so I need to have some deep out zone. I need to have some deep route KO. I do mix up with man and zone. I do a lot of cover 4, cover 3. So these are two a must have for your corners, in my personal opinion. So if you're willing to spend the AP, if you don't have Deion, you have to make a decision between one of these, depending on your scheme. Acrobat is free. Now, if deep out zone or deep route KO was in there for 0, I would have put this here and I wouldn't even use Acrobat. It does come up handy, but it can cost you. That's what I would truly run. But Deion is a must-have corner in this game, even more now. My slot, I use deep route pick artist. Usually they'll be flat zone where we had 12. Now just deep route pick artist. I don't think he gets flat. If he gets flat zone for 0, I kind of would rock out with it, but he currently doesn't. I probably gotta find. I probably gotta get Charles Woodson probably. And get rid of Antonio Cromartie because he doesn't really fit anything. I mean, pick artist is cool and all, but I didn't be able to shot that damn ball out. Like I mentioned before, I think Reggie White is more needed too because you get 2, no outsiders, edge for the elite. I think Lawrence Taylor, you get double or nothing and edge for the elite for 0 AP. That's in game right there. You can't replace that. Haloti Ngata with inside stuff, unless you can get somebody else that can get it for 0. I'm sticking with Haloti Ngata. I think John Madden. Don't tell me I backed that by mistake. Okay, we didn't. John Madden, obviously inside stuff. I got Michael Strahan with edge for the elite. And the same thing with Sherman, deep route, deep out. Like I said, my 2 safeties when I run my cover 3 or cover 4 or cover 3 cloud and cover 3 and cover 4. These 2 guys should be unlocked to help prevent the deep out zone. My backups, sorry about that, is going to be a simply pick artist on everybody. I don't have enough now to put deep route KO. I probably can. I don't know if Night Train Lane gets deep route KO. Like I said, Chad Johnson's the only one I've seen with it. He gets short route, which is pretty cool. I still might do that because at least this is a knockout or something. Because he do happen to play, guys. He do happen to play. So that might be something I might need to do. Is put a short route KO on him or maybe a medium route. We'll see. Same for Mel Blunt. Yeah, he's kind of outdated with a 97 overall. But that's something I am debating on picking up is some more knockouts for 0 AP. That's what's going to come down to, guys. So, but it comes to your secondary, I mean, your special teams, they really didn't change much. But let me know in the comments down below where you want to go. I don't know if I'm going to bring back Patrick Willis now because it helps. But that's an extra AP because if I didn't run Chad Johnson, I would definitely run Pat Willis simply because I need to have that knockout. But since I can't, it's kind of tough now. But that's my opinion on the best AP wise that I would recommend. You have to get people now with 0 AP. Some people can't get it now, which is because of the coins, your coin situation, and get rid of trade block. But let me know in the comments down below what your team look like, what AP you're running. This one we rocking out with heading into MUT Champs. I'll see y'all later in the stream, man.